Guys, I'm just so excited. I'm going to come right out and say it because I can't even give an introduction. This is one of my favorite people in the entire world, period, that I met 3 years ago, but I just have to say it. Serena, I love you. But it's not you. I've known you longer.
I know. It's okay because I'm just as excited. And I'm actually fangirling a little bit because I watch every single one of your videos.
Guys, today we have Steven. Round of applause.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I'm so happy to be here. Oh my god.
I could throw a party. I'm so excited.
We could throw a party. We're so excited. Yeah, this is so fun. I mean, Steven is just one of those people we were like, we gotta have a conversation. Yeah. You know, we just like to have this podcast be just super casual, talking about Taylor Swift, and like, who better to talk about Taylor Swift with than Steven?
There isn't anyone better.
Hello, exactly. That's it.
We're gonna be here for like 4 hours. I can't shut up. So,
and I'm such a yapper too. So
unfortunately, we're all yappers here.
Oh god.
So brace yourselves. Buckle. This is a 5-part series starting now.
Get ready.
Gosh.
We're actually introducing Steven as the third co-host. That's what this is.
Surprise. Oh my gosh. Let's start with Steven. See, what song have you been listening to recently?
It has been Vigilante shit on loop.
God.
And that's it.
Because I put on, you know how Spotify makes the like on repeat playlist?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also the repeat rewind of like what used to be on repeat.
Mm-hmm.
I put the rewind one on and I was like, none of this is right. And then Vigilante shit came on and it was like time stopped. I was like, oh, that's what I needed. So that's been on loop.
And now it's going to be on your on repeat because it was on your rewind repeat.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a vicious cycle.
It all comes back around.
Do you also just seek chairs?
Yes. Yes.
The drop.
Everywhere.
Yes, the drop. Steven's gonna start doing the choreography on TikTok and we're all done.
Oh god.
I would love that. Repost.
Retweet. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. That's a great one. It's a great song.
What have you listening to, Emily?
I have been listening to Hey Steven. No, for no particular reason, really at all.
Liar. Okay, you really are in your Fearless era.
Oh my gosh, the last episode I had a Fearless song I was listening to.
Yes.
Well, Hey Steven were you at the show? Was that your surprise song too? It was one of mine. No, it was Mother's Day.
I was just saying
we got Hey Steven and The Best Day. It was crazy.
Yeah, because mine was Come Back Be Here and This Love and then Forever and Always.
Girl, I don't know.
I don't remember.
Come Back Be Here and Gold Rush.
Oh, Come Back Be Here and Gold Rush, and then it was Forever and Always and This Love, and then Getaway Car and
it's so confusing.
Maroon.
Love it.
You were at Getaway Car and Maroon?
I was.
That's crazy.
It was a crazy night, and I got tickets that day at 2:00.
Oh my god, I would have passed out.
I did. I pretty much did. So I was a nanny for years, and I literally raised those children on Taylor Swift. Like they know every song. They probably knew more lyrics than some of the adults in that room. Not kidding.
Good.
And I had been wanting to take them, and it just obviously everybody knows how the sale went. It was horrible. Didn't get tickets to take them originally, and then so I was trying to get them like the day of drops through Ticketmaster, and I had been on all day, like refreshing the stupid thing, like doing just the most. And then my friend hops on. She was at the gym. She came home, hopped on, got right in, called me. It was like, I have 4 tickets in my car. Do you want them? And I was like, yeah. She checked out. I called their dad. I was like, I'm coming to get them from school. Like, call. We're going to the Air store. And he was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, I'm not fucking kidding you. I'm on my way right now. And then I stopped, got the McDonald's so they could eat something. They literally had a field day at school. They're covered in paint. I was like, you need to shower. We're going to McDonald's. We drove. We're in Jersey, but we're in South Jersey. MetLife's in North Jersey. Drove almost 2 hours to get there. We were in our seats by the time Gail finished her set.
That's insane.
It was the craziest 24 hours of my life. We made it home at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'd do it again.
I would do it again.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, it was insane. And just to see their faces, it was crazy. We were on the floor. It was insane.
No way.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I love Getaway Car and Maroon, but I'm most upset about missing Jack Antonoff, like not being there for that.
Yeah, and
Ice
Spice.
Him walking
yeah.
Ice Spice.
It was crazy. It was literally, I couldn't have asked for a better show, to be honest. And all that to say, my song I was going to say is You're Losing Me, which also came out on CD that night. So came back around. But I've been listening to that song on repeat. And I don't know why, because I guess I'm mentally unwell.
Depressing.
Yeah, it is.
All these theories about people being like, maybe You're Losing Me was supposed to be on the Tortured Poets, but she wanted us to hear it so bad, so she released it early. I'm like, maybe.
I
Yeah,
could
or
see it being like a bridge between the two.
I could see it.
Who knows? We'll have to wait for the album. I don't know. I can't. You know what? I can't talk about the new album too much because there's so many unknown things.
There's so
Feel uncomfortable trying to predict what this woman does because we can't.
And that's what kills me. There's so much unknown, and so many people will act like it's known. It's not. Like,
I know.
The
why are you
assumptions
saying that sentence with a period? There's a question mark. I don't understand. Like, we don't know anything about this.
nothing. We know literally nothing.
It's literally it. Drop the mic. That's it.
I'm scared. I
that's
just
period.
need it to be April right now.
Mhm.
Oh gosh, enough about Taylor Swift, Steven.
Ugh.
That's we got that over with. Tell us about you. What do you do on a daily basis? What's your life look like? What are your goals, dreams, aspirations?
So I went to college for theater. I have my bachelor's in theater performance and education. Currently not using it. But I just recently got a promotion at work, so I'm now supervisor in the store I work at, which is
Ooh.
Love.
super fun. I like my job, which is also super fun. Like, I'm not in corporate hell and miserable every day.
Love.
So
That's good.
I might not be using my degree, but at least I'm not also suffering. So, you win some, you lose some.
Yep.
But I recently in a relationship.
Yay.
We got like 5 months coming up, so that's been
Damn.
super fun. And I've like forced him to become a Swiftie, and he's on the journey, and it's great. And he's very excited for the new album.
Oh, we
So
love
I
a
like
receptive partner. That's
yes.
fantastic. Thank
So
God.
like I have someone to listen to Tortured Poets with, which I have not
I love
had. I'm so excited.
Which is also like probably the worst album to have like
Oh,
be in a
for
happy
sure.
relationship.
This couldn't have been when Lover came out.
No,
I know.
no, that would have been too good. That would have been too easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also of course post on TikTok nonsense. It's lots of I don't even know. I don't even know what it is anymore. I used to be able to
Yeah.
say like, yeah, I rank Taylor Swift songs. Now it's like I don't know. I talk and I try to make it longer than a minute,
Yeah.
and that's
Ain't
it.
that the
And
truth?
somebody cares
Ain't
about
that
it.
the truth? The 1 minute and 1 second long video, so you can get paid $1.
Literally.
God,
Ugh.
it's crazy.
Criminal.
Oh, do you want to continue to do like theater? Is that like
Oh,
still a goal of
absolutely.
yours? Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough right now because I grew up in Jersey, grew up in Sussex County.
I don't think I knew that. Love that.
Yeah. But my parents moved. I live in North Carolina now because my parents moved because, taxes and retirement and everything.
Mhm.
Fair.
And again, went to school for theater, so I wasn't about to move out. So I moved with them.
Mhm.
And so it's like I have found places to do it around here. I think I've done 6 shows since moving down here.
Oh wow.
None of them paid. Someday there will be one that is paid.
For sure.
Yeah.
But they're paying in resume fluff and keeping experience happening. But yeah. So the
Hmm.
goal eventually is to end up living in a place where it's less than an hour commute to the nearest theater. That would be a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Unfortunately, it's like careers like that. You just have to do a lot of free stuff. And
Yeah.
someday you're gonna make it and be like, oh, I'm so glad I did.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Here's the hoping.
So, how did you find Taylor? Like, how did you become a Swiftie? Give us your Swiftie origin story.
So I had the CDs for Debut and Fearless as a kid. I had the Fearless Platinum CD.
Yes, Sam.
The only reason I remember that is because when I like got back into her
Mhm.
down the road, like as an adult, when I heard the platinum songs, I was like, why do I feel like I know these?
That's
But
funny.
I don't remember these. And I was like, oh my God, they were on the CD. That's why I feel like I know them.
Yeah.
But I had those as a kid, and then I remember listening to Speak Now. But Speak Now came out right around the time that I got my first iPod. And
Mm.
so I stopped listening to like not just Taylor, but all artists as album artists. I became like whatever the singles are, whatever's on the radio, that's what I'll
That's what
pay
you're listening to. Yeah.
$1.29 to download
Oh,
and
I
listen
see.
to. So I didn't listen to Red or 1989 or honestly even Speak Now
Mm.
in full
Mhm.
until after Lover had come out.
Oh wow.
That is
Um
crazy.
because Reputation is what like really got me back into her as an artist because I remember Reputation dropping and I was like, I need to hear this whole album. I need to hear what she has to say. And so I paid for it. I listened to it. And then shortly after Lover came out was when I kind of thought like I'm thoroughly enjoying Reputation still 2 years later,
Yeah.
and Lover is great. Maybe I should circle back and like look
Mm.
at the things that I missed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was shortly after circling back that I started kind of on the outside looking in, engaging with the online space.
Yeah.
And like my Instagram recommended, like the explore page was
Yeah.
all the like Taylor Swift images, and I was like, okay, weird, whatever. And then Folklore came out, and that was when I started like actually engaging online. And since then, there's been no stopping it. But people
Literally
always
no
ask,
break.
they're like, so when did it start? Are you a debut Swiftie? Are you whatever? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Like
tough.
I was 7 and I knew all the words to our song, but I was 20 and had never heard All Too Well. So like I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a unique experience. That sentence right there. Like I knew all the words to our song, but I didn't hear
But I know all
Yeah.
too
all
well.
too well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so fun.
That is so funny.
Ugh, I love it.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, I that actually shocks me with how much knowledge you have of like songs and being able to rank them and stuff without. But I mean, I guess you go back, you listen
And
to it,
then
you
you
know
like
it. Like it just is what it is.
but because I'm trying to like if right now I'm in the process of going through Beyonce's discography because I really want to like get to know her music better
Mhm.
because I know the singles and stuff, and I'm just thinking like, how do you memorize that many songs in like a year? Not even.
Well, I remember my best friend, she has always been like a casual Swiftie, but Folklore really pulled her in. So she was like,
Mhm.
um, she's like, I don't know understand how you know all these songs. Like there's so many songs. I'm like, because I listen to them one at a time. Like I listened to them one album at a time. I didn't try and learn them all at once like you're trying right now.
Right.
It's like you just
Yeah.
need to do it one at a time. And I guess yeah, that's what you did too. You went back one at a time and learned them and
Yeah. And I had an upper because like I said, I grew up with Debut and Fearless.
right,
So I hadn't heard the album tracks from those albums in probably 10 years when I was revisiting them.
right.
But I had listened to them so much as a kid that it really only took
It came
five,
back
10
quickly.
listens of each song that I was like, all right, the words are back. Like I know the words, I know the song. It
I
it was in there. I just had to
Yeah.
dig
I
it
would
back up.
love to have the experience of listening to All Too Well for the first time as a 20-year-old.
It was wild.
I would love that experience.
And then
because I
getting the
was
10-minute version like shortly after.
Yeah, that was probably so fun.
Yeah.
I love it. Because I'm trying to think of, I would have been 16 when
I was
All Too Well came
17.
out. Yeah, because I'm a year younger than you, so I was 16.
Wow.
So it's not that far off from 20,
No.
but still.
But listening to All Too Well when you're like in college versus in high school,
Right.
like age wise, it's not that much, but like
Mentality.
where you're at in life,
It still
Yeah.
is. It's yeah.
It's a difference for sure.
Oh, it's huge. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's I didn't know all that. That's crazy. Do you have like a favorite memory since kind of joining the Swiftie fandom? Or just like yeah, that.
Your favorite Taylor related memory here?
I mean, the big thing that sticks out is the Eras tour, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a whole like big thing for everyone because God, it's so cool. It's
Was
so
that the
cool.
first time you saw her live?
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Was that your first concert ever?
It was my third concert.
Okay.
Okay.
I saw Billie Eilish in 20 I saw Billie Eilish in 2022
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and then I saw Conan Gray about a month later
Mm-hmm.
and then in
Then
23 I saw Taylor.
Yeah.
Because I kind of remembered seeing your TikTok or something, you saying you'd never been to a show, like ever, anybody, and then being like, oh
Yeah.
my god, is the Eras tour gonna be his first concert ever?
That's
Like-
an
If-
amazing first concert, honestly.
If that had been the first, like, oh my God, no.
Like
It was
ruins
definitely like,
concerts.
it was still insane.
Yeah.
It was
Absolutely.
like, oh my God.
I know.
But I feel like we're probably gonna talk more about
Yeah.
the Eras Tour. So to think of something that actually has more to do with the actual online space, because what was cool about the Eras Tour was meeting people like in person.
Yeah.
But for the online space, probably honestly, my fondest memory is when Evermore came out,
Mm.
Mm,
because like Evermore release day to the end of December in
mhm.
2020
Yeah.
was insane for me, because if I remember the numbers correctly, when Evermore was announced, I had 17,000 followers. And
Oh.
by the end of December, and what Evermore came out the 11th, I think.
Mhm.
By the end of December, I had over 40,000.
Oh my gosh.
Just because of Evermore and talking about these songs and everything.
Yeah,
And
that jump is crazy.
it was one of your videos, Emily. You were talking about champagne problems and like the mental health
Mm.
Mhm.
aspects of champagne problems, and that like twisted stuff in my brain, and I then made a video breaking down, because so many people when Evermore came
Wow.
out, they were like, I don't know what these songs are about. And
Yeah.
so I did
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
explanations of my takes on each Evermore song, and so much of like what got the ball rolling for my champagne problems interpretation was, I think it was probably your drawing for champagne
Oh
problems.
my god! I'll cry right now.
Yeah.
No,
And then
that's crazy.
that's a video that still pop, because I think it has like 600,000 or 700,000 views, and that will still pop up. And people, it
Really?
like, yeah, that's one of the older ones that I still see people liking and commenting on. I'm like, why are you seeing that now? Like, what is
Yeah.
happening?
I wonder if they're searching like meaning of champagne
It's
problems. You know
possible
what
for
I
sure, and
mean?
then
That,
it's
yeah,
coming up that way.
Because
Yeah.
I do that sometimes if I'm stuck on like a song. I'm like, what the hell is she saying? I'll like go to TikTok and look
Yeah.
for someone who's like explaining it.
Yeah. Champagne Problems is one of my favorite Taylor songs. And I
so good.
love I love your interpretation of it. I think it's just one of those songs. She just every once in a while she has these songs that really make you critically think, and I think Champagne Problems is one of them. And I I'm a photographer. I don't know if you know this, but I
Yeah,
did a shoot with Champagne Problems as the inspiration, and
no
it's
way.
my favorite thing I've ever done. It's just I love it. I love it so much.
So fun to be creative for Taylor Swift.
It is. It's the best
Yeah.
thing
Life's so
in
fun.
this
Life's so
life
fun.
that we
Oh
have.
my gosh.
So when did you start posting on TikTok? Like, and why? Did you expect this to happen? Like,
No. Oh my God, no. So I started in like the Stone Age of Swift Talk.
love that.
Um,
You were the founder, if I may be
it
so
was
bold to say so.
no, I would, if I had to give credit to someone as the founder, it would be Dylan Mark Murphy.
Okay,
Because
I
he's
have to agree with that too, yeah.
like, he's the one who taught me how to make ranking audios, and like he
Oh,
was who
wow.
I was seeing on my For You page when I decided to start posting. It was, I think it was still July of 2020. It was after Folklore had come out.
Mhm.
Mm.
And it was the first time that there was the scare of like, oh my God, TikTok might get banned in the
Oh
US
my god,
because
Oh
yes.
yeah.
whatever. And I would have been what, 20 when that, and I thought to myself, oh my God, when I was in high school, I let Vine come and go. And if I had taken the
Yes.
initiative, I could have been Vine famous. Who knows?
Could have been.
So like, I can't let another social media platform come and go without at least trying.
Yeah.
And so there's like 5 or 6 really embarrassing videos at the bottom of my feed that I have not privated, that I probably should.
So everybody go
Um
scroll back and
that
watch
they're
them.
I'm gonna go look.
Me,
yeah,
no, me too.
that are still there. But then like I thought, I was like, oh, I'll rank Taylor Swift tracks.
Yeah.
I'll rank track 1, and then tomorrow I'll rank track 2, and I did one a day, and then I think it was track 8 was the first one that kind of got like
Oh, wow.
Some views.
20,000 views or something, and I was like, "Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm going to be on Ellen. I'm viral. This is crazy."
Literally.
Um and then track 9. Track 9 has consistently, every time I post a track 9 ranking, that's the track that blows up.
I love
Like
that.
Good songs. Track nines
for,
are good songs.
Yeah.
across the board, updating it for Evermore, for Midnight, like always,
Yeah.
track 9 blows up.
Just does it for you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
Okay.
so that was the first one that I really had take off. And at this point, I'm sitting there, we're in quarantine. I'm responding to every single person who takes the time to comment because I'm like, you took the time to say something to me that's so kind. People are like, you're tasteless and you should die. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you for
Thank
commenting.
you.
um, but that was what started it. And then when I ran out of stuff to rank, it just kind of became I was taking stupid viral because this was a point in TikTok where it was like everything was just viral audios.
Yeah.
Everything was that's what it was. People weren't really talking as much as they do now on TikTok.
Yeah.
And so it was putting Taylor Swift spins on stuff. And then after Evermore came out, that was point of no return for me. I was like, well, this is my life now, I guess.
This is where I live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On TikTok.
I always thought it was so interesting the way you would always come up with things to rank. It was like, I can't even think of an example. You'd be like
I've
ranking like
I've ranked things that
ranking all
karma
songs that
is
are
in karma.
yes, like,
Like,
what? Like
it's
ranking
crazy.
drinks, ranking places like Taylor talks about. It's just like
That
The
was
creativity. You were
most I
never
will
running out.
say I've got to give credit where credit is due. Most of those obscure rankings from like days of yore,
Mhm.
I think his username was either Hey I'm Josh or Hey It's Josh LOL.
oh my
He's
god, I
Australian.
remember him.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think he posts anymore, which is so unfortunate because he was
That's
delightful.
right.
But most of the like obscure rankings that I did, they were not my making. They were
Oh,
his
okay.
audios that I was using. Like,
Mm.
because I ranked drinks for my 21st birthday, and it was his audio that I used.
Okay,
I
I love
okay.
like
that.
because
I love
I believe he ranked when Mr. Perfectly Fine came out, like Mr. whatever, Mr. Here to
Oh yeah.
Stay, Mr. Always, and he ranked all the different Misters and stuff and
Yeah.
all that. So like credit where credit is due. He
Period.
killed it and paved the way.
Love
That's
it.
so funny. Oh my gosh, I forgot about him.
Do remember him popping up on my
He
For
had
You
the
page every once in a while.
cutout, the Taylor Swift cutout.
Yes.
Oh man, I miss him now. Wow. Do you feel like
Yeah.
maybe did you just have controversial opinions? Like, is that why people flock to your content? Did they just want to like
I have
be
I
mean to you?
truly people well yes, I think that. But also people just they love to be mean. But I also just
Yep.
think the only advice I can ever give because people would ask me they're like, "How do you do it? I want to start." And I'm like, it was just consistency.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like in the face
that's
of
true.
posting a video that got 40 views, next day I was like, "All right, let's make another one." Because for me it became I was in lockdown. Everyone was in lockdown.
Yeah.
It became a creative outlet for me,
Hmm.
and I got lucky enough. I do not envy people trying to break into Swift Talk right now.
It's really
Yeah.
It
tough.
is significantly more difficult now if you don't already have some sort of platform built up
Yeah.
because it
It's
is
so
so
saturated.
oversaturated.
Mhm.
Like when I started posting, there was a group chat that was like 14 people,
Wow.
and that was everyone
Yeah.
Yeah,
almost. And then it like Evermore and Taylor joining TikTok
that's
were
exactly what it
big.
was.
Taylor
Yeah.
joining TikTok was a big
She
thing.
ruined it. Like,
She honestly in
she
some
really
ways
did.
did.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
just once Monster on the Hill. It just blows up.
Because you really it used before she joined, and I don't want it to sound like I'm not happy that Taylor joined TikTok.
Oh, totally.
That was one of the best mornings of my life. That was my first Taylor notice was the day she joined
That's
TikTok.
right.
Like I can
I love it.
that was wonderful. But it very quickly you could see the shift from I love talking about Taylor Swift to Taylor, notice me, I'm here, can you like my stuff please?
Hmm.
Yes.
And it was a very rapid and jarring shift in the type of things people ask me, are you still going to rank stuff because like what if she sees that and that's going to hurt her feelings? I was like, I don't think it will.
I don't
And
think it
it's
will.
like I'm ranking 10 of my favorite songs. It's like
Exactly.
she has 200 plus songs. Something has to be at the bottom.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah!
It does change
It
from.
changed the dynamic so much,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I know I felt it. Everyone felt it. It's not if not Taylor Swift, like if you didn't start posting about her, is there someone else or something else you would like to like have a platform or like be known for more so?
Not someone, but I probably could talk about Disney
Oh yeah,
Mm,
for
yeah.
like ever.
yeah.
I the outlet that I work in right now has one of only like 20 Disney stores left in the country.
Oh
Oh
my
wow.
god.
And
Wow.
I worked in that store for like 8 or 9 months, and then left because like better opportunities, stuff comes up. But that was like so fun,
Yeah.
so great. Like I just love that stuff. And there was actually another point if you scroll back in my feed, because I never private anything unless it gets like really bad.
Me either.
um
Bad.
there's a chunk where you see me start talking about like Pixar movies because I was like, I need a break from Taylor Swift. And then it's like 4 videos, and the last one only has like 100 views, and the next video is, hey guys, I'm talking about Taylor Swift again. Because I was like, no one wants to see this, and I
Yeah.
can't. I've I've dug myself into a hole, and whether I like it or not, it's too late to pivot.
Yeah. This is where I am.
Yes. That is the most frustrating thing for me too. It's
Yeah.
like, but it's not even your fault. Like, I'm sure you've built enough of like a base of people that care about what you have to say, not necessarily like Taylor Swift related, but it's like
Oh yeah.
the algorithm just doesn't, you don't say the word Taylor and they don't care.
They don't
They're
care, yeah.
not
And
putting,
I've given up trying to figure out the algorithm
God,
because
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 weeks ago I posted a video about TikTok Shop, and I filmed it at like 1 in the morning. I don't even think it's 15 seconds long, and it was just me saying like, if I see TikTok Shop in the bottom corner of your video, you're not getting what, like, I'm done, I'm not watching it.
Scrolling.
Goodbye.
scrolling.
I
Yeah.
posted that. I woke up the next morning, and in like I said, I posted like 2 in the morning. Videos shouldn't do well if you post them in the middle of the night.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that video has like 1.4 million views now.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
why?
Goodbye. That's
Why?
that's crazy.
Why does that happen? But I film like a 7-minute retrospective on the surprise songs of the Eras tour, and 8 people see it. Like,
It makes
You know
no
what it is?
sense.
It's because people's attention spans are so small and they want to be able to comment on literally everything they see. And it's like if
mhm.
you say I hate the TikTok shop, people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, me too. I scrolled every time." But
Mhm.
then if you put out this like really great think piece where you've said everything, nobody has anything else to say. And they're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
Okay.
"Okay."
And it,
like
yeah.
and that's what's so annoying. It's so annoying because you like have thoughts and you want to put them out there and like contribute some meaningful thing to this fan base and people just
Yep. TikTok is so heavy on the algorithm just picks up when people comment. Like
they
Yeah.
love comments,
when
yeah.
they love comments, they love when, and that's why it's almost works to be controversial because people feel
Mhm.
the need to be like, I disagree with you. And I think some people have figured that out and they just say shit just to say it, just to get
Me.
oh
the
yeah.
reaction. It might not even be what they
Yes.
think. They just know it's gonna get this response. And that makes it to me, I'm like, that's not
Well,
fun.
I mean, my absolute favorite bit to do is that Enchanted is my least favorite song.
Is that a
Oh,
bit?
oh, it's a bit. I mean, I don't particularly care for that song, but it's not my least favorite song. I love it.
Right.
But
But
like
it
on
riles
TikTok,
people
oh,
up.
I hate it.
It riles people up and whatever. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
And
But
it makes me $10. I'll
whatever.
take it.
I'll take the $10.
I'm gonna go on a 1 minute and 1 second rant about Enchanted.
Can you
Yeah.
please
And
do
then,
that about how much you hate it? It's the worst song that's ever been imagined. And we'll comment on it and be like, yeah, it sucks. I hate it.
You're stupid.
Or yeah. I'm always in a comment fighting people in Emily's comment section when they're mean.
Yeah,
I
typical.
oh my god.
It's crazy.
It's just given up at this
Yeah.
point. I just don't even care. You can't care.
And honestly,
know?
you
No.
holding your pen weird is good for your TikTok algorithm. Because
It
people,
really is.
they love it.
I love it so much. Why did your pen like that? You should see a doctor. Your hand's gonna fall off. I'm like, shut up.
Have you ever seen how Taylor Swift holds a pen?
Shut up. Literally.
It's weird.
God.
It is weird.
Anyway, that's so funny. Have you had any like cool opportunities or anything happen to you that's just been so insane because of your TikTok?
The two things that come to mind after the Ticketmaster debacle, I
Mm,
got to be on Hulu.
That's
On
awesome.
the oh my gosh, Dateline, I think.
Dateline?
And but it was like the Hulu version. So
Okay.
it was still through them, but it was like a
Wow.
smaller, like exclusive on Hulu stories. But Grant, do you know Grant Gibbs?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
he
love Grant.
worked for them, and so he reached out and he was like, "Hey, we'd love to come interview you and stuff." And literally, they came to North Carolina, set up in my room, interviewed me. It was
That's
so cool.
amazing.
And then the other thing, when I look back, I made a video recently talking about which album announcements have been the least surprising. And I put Fearless Taylor's version last, and a lot of people disagreed. But I look back on it and I'm like, why do so many people disagree with the way I feel about Fearless Taylor's version not being a surprise?
Huh.
And I remember that the night before Fearless Taylor's version was announced, I posted a video about her going on Good Morning America. And one of the producers of Good Morning America reached out to me and was like, hey, can we use your video in this segment if time allows for it? And I said, yeah. And then while I was in this producer's DMs, I was like, do you know what the announcement is? Like, I know you probably can't tell me anything, but you totally should. And I forget exactly what he said, but he basically was like, whatever you're expecting, it's going to be even bigger and better. And like, it's really going to please everyone. And so, him saying that, I was like, she's going to announce the whole album.
Yeah. Duh.
And so, for me going into Fearless, I was like, she's going to announce the whole album. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think about that and I'm like, that's why everybody else is like, it was surprising because we thought it was just Love Story. But I'm like, I
Like I kind of knew.
Yeah.
I was
Like,
like,
I had
I took
insider
a
information.
shot and I was like, hey Tony, I know you like probably definitely can't tell me, but what is it?
Yeah.
Hey,
But that was, and they didn't end up airing it, which I was like, oh,
That's
bummer.
a shame.
Sad.
Because if they had aired it, she probably would have seen it.
Yeah.
I like remember this happening, and I remember thinking like I can't wait to see him on TV, and then
Rude.
But
damn.
it was still cool to even like hear, like I think he still follows me on Instagram.
Oh
Love
wow,
that.
It's cool.
Future opportunities, you know.
that is
Yeah.
really cool. Because I always often think back, I legitimately don't remember like that time of like Fearless TV. I know it wasn't that long ago, but I'm
It's
like,
a blur.
it's such a blur.
So much has happened in the past 4 years that I'm like, I don't even know what happened.
Because
It's
wait a
like
second.
it's so hard to keep a hold of the timeline.
Didn't we know about Fearless before Evermore? Like, wasn't this in like November or
was-
December?
Love Story, Taylor's version was in a dating site commercial that Ryan
Yes.
Reynolds was in
Mhm.
before Evermore came out. And
Yeah.
then Evermore got announced. Evermore came out. And then the weekend going into Valentine's Day, everyone was like, she's going to release Love Story.
Oh,
We
right,
recorded
right.
because what is Taylor's version? We've never heard of that yet.
Right.
That's right.
And then she announced the night before that she was going on Good Morning America, went on, announced the whole album, and said that Love Story would be out at midnight.
Okay, yes. This is all coming back to me.
That's such
It's
a
all
blur.
coming
God
back.
damn. I know.
Yeah.
To
Nothing
be-
tops the morning she dropped Mr. Perfectly Fine. That was
Oh no, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Like, girl. Excuse me.
She is sometimes I'm like, where do you come from? I think it was actually one of your videos. You were talking about how like you can't even like none of the album rollouts have had even a similar like you can't predict people being like, oh, she's not gonna do this because she did it this way the last time. I'm like, but none of them have been the same.
No.
There's no consistency in like what's happening. So we don't know what the hell to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
They're
it.
also the last thing, because I just remember this sitting here and I don't really have any way to explain more about it, but I have had like one other cool thing that again can't elaborate on, but I've had multiple high school age people comment on my videos and say, tell me why I read an article about you in my English class today.
Shut up.
And they say that, and I always ask, I'm like, what? Can you give me more information? And they never respond. But multiple people have said it.
Where's the
And I'm
article?
like, what teacher out there is somehow using something about me in their curriculum? And how do I find out what it is?
Please tell me
That's
someone.
so interesting.
That is interesting.
I wonder, sometimes I get fearful when people comment like a lot of random stuff like that on my things. I feel like it's a bit they're doing, you know, like the Gen Z does, and they're like, let's just comment on random people's viral videos and be like, what was that one thing? They were like, you look like the person from whatever, and it was like a made up thing.
That from like Zapotha, that drove me crazy.
Yeah, it's Gen Z is scary.
Oh, so I
Because
just
I
get
was
so
like-
fearful.
It wasn't funny the first time.
Yeah.
It's not funny the 100th time. Get out of my comments.
Like,
Go away. Yeah, please.
yeah.
And how do they all they need to band together about something more important than comments on people's
I
videos.
know. Do you ever like Google your name though to see if like you're mentioned in things that you're
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Especially I Google my Twitter handle
Okay, yeah.
like at least once a month. Because
I love that.
because the number of articles that would just be like, and this fan said this, and then quote it, and I'm like, did you make money from this article?
Right.
For sure.
Can I see some of that, please? Or
I
like,
know,
I don't know,
literally.
like a free dinner at Olive, like something.
Something.
I don't
Olive
know.
Garden.
I don't care.
Something,
Take me
please.
out to dinner first before you use my tweet.
Literally.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Do you feel like pressured to tweet, or do you feel like you're like a public figure at this point and it's like afraid to say anything?
Yeah. But
Like
for
everything's
sure.
like a statement, like
For
everything you say
sure,
is
for
like
sure.
looked at.
I I feel no pressure to tweet. Twitter has
That's
become
good.
like a safe haven for me where I'm
That's
like, if I want to dump shit here, I'm gonna dump it.
love
I
that.
don't care. I do feel pressure to post TikToks.
uh,
Like
Yeah.
I had things like the second she announced a new album, I was like, all right, my entire schedule needs to be cleared for April 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Yeah.
Because it's like I need to listen to the album at midnight. I really don't have a choice because people like I want to. I don't want to make it sound like I don't want to, but
Yeah.
I
totally.
also recognize that like there's an aspect of there are, as weird as it is to say this out loud, there are at least hundreds, if not thousands of people who expect my reactions
They
when new
do.
stuff happens.
Yeah.
They expect your
Um
ranking audio. We want that audio.
that too. I have to hope and pray that she says the title of each song.
I know.
Um, and
Yeah.
then I have to make that, post that, and hope that UMG doesn't decide to strike me down like they did
Oh.
Vinaj just like recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Completely delete his account.
I've never worried about before, and now all of a sudden with all of the music being pulled, with accounts getting banned, I'm like sweating bullets thinking about it.
I know.
But there is definitely a big expectation that I place on myself for
Yeah.
TikTok that isn't there for Twitter, which is weird because for a long time I said that Twitter was scarier.
In
But
some ways
like
it is.
there's just something about like I posted, I forget, oh, I remember exactly what the context was. Somebody that I am mutuals with posted a video referencing me, and they were talking about stuff related to like the Gaylor side of the fan base in that video,
Mhm.
and someone commented that they can't stand me because I'm so like vehemently anti-Gaylor, and there was a whole comment thread in there about how it's suspicious for like why is it that white gay men always are so against like lesbian everything.
Mhm,
And I
mhm.
reading all of that, I was like, I can't deny that there is some stuff that I said 2 years ago that
Totally.
would lead people to feel that way about me. And I don't like knowing that there's people out there who feel like I feel that way about them.
Mm.
Mhm.
Because quite frankly, I have reached a point where I don't care. There's
Yeah.
nothing I'm going to say that's going to make other people's opinions and thoughts on Taylor Swift change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to lose sleep over it.
Right.
So I filmed a like 9-minute video laying
Mm.
everything out. There was no defense of the Gaylor everything. There was no um anything against any of it. It just was me being like, look, I'm at a place where I don't care. And if I've ever made you feel unsafe, unwell, unwelcomed, anything like that, I'm so sorry that I did that to you. Never my intention to make people feel that way, and I hate knowing that I did that.
Right.
Yeah.
And the video had been up for like 3 minutes, and the comments were like, I can't believe you're a Gaylor apologist. This is disgusting.
Oh
They're
boy.
sick. They're awful. And I was like, you know
You
what?
can't win.
That's now I remember why this is a conversation I don't touch with a 10-foot pole. And I privated the video and I was
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that where like what you said about everything's a statement.
Mhm.
There's certain topics you can't even touch on
I know.
because you could say the most neutral thing in the world, but the fact that you didn't praise or like
Or
bury it,
mhm.
it means that you have a stand. It's like it's
Of
just
course. Mhm.
impossible to deal with. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's things I've just reached a point where I'm like, I'm not talking about it anymore. Sorry, you can ask me all the questions you want. I will not be answering.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Gaylor topic is one that is very there's just such polar opposites.
Hmm.
And there's I don't I'm kind of careful with the Taylor content I consume, especially because we are on here talking about it. So sometimes I don't want other people's opinions to sway my thoughts before I can get them out. So I'm just
Yeah.
careful. Like I don't let's like try not to consume a ton of it. I have my people that I follow that I like and whatever, but one of my I love the podcast Evolution of a Snake, and they're very like they don't agree with Gaylorism. They think it's crazy, whatever. That's their like stance about it. And they get just ripped to shreds about it all the time. Like, and it's just like they're just at the point where like we don't care. Like, we're gonna talk about it because this is how we feel about it. And their one co-host is a white gay man also, and he gets called a like awful things. Like they try to say he's like a Trump supporter, all these things, whatever. And he's like, I don't even he lives in Singapore. He's Irish, like originally from he's like, I'm not even American. And you all are calling me like these awful things. And it's not even true. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
It just and again, like you said, when you flip to the other side, not even flipping, just being like, when I made the comments I made, I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, whatever, then it's the other side coming at you. So
Yep.
it's like you can't win for losing when it comes to that topic specifically.
Everyone wants to fight. Everyone thinks they're a savior and they're gonna change the world with their opinions.
Yep. And it's usually not even
you're not.
the people that it affects that are having this argument.
No, almost never. It's
Literally.
just everybody wants to have a loud opinion about everything, and sometimes I'm just like, hey,
It's okay.
whoa.
Hey. Oh.
Can we talk
Oh
about
my
the
gosh.
lyrics?
Like, can we just talk about how much we love Taylor Swift and like that's
And that's it.
Oh, but if you love Taylor
Exactly.
Swift too much, you're like supporting someone who is like secretly a bad person because she doesn't do all these things that you expect her to do.
I've been having a really tough time recently with the whole private jet conversation.
I don't
feel like
I don't want to get into it
either.
Get into any of that.
But I feel like it's turning into that same kind of topic. It's just like you don't touch it. You just can't talk about it because any sort of intelligent conversation about it gets flooded with either you're absolutely an idiot and you're wrong and we expect Taylor Swift to save the world, or you don't care about the environment, you let her do whatever. Like it's you can't win.
And the last job I had, people did not find out about my online presence until like I think I had already given my 2 weeks notice when they finally found out about it. And I had been there like 8-9 months. New job, one of my coworkers already knew who I was.
Oh god.
So and this is the job I have right now. So like within a week, basically the whole staff knew about Taylor Swift and everything with me. And I have a friendship bracelet that I wear every day. Like it's whatever, no shame.
Yeah.
But I say that like it's something scandalous. It's whatever. Right. But
me and my friendship bracelets.
But I am grateful for all of them knowing, because every day I go in and when she announced the new album, it was just normal conversation. They were like, "Are you excited? This is cool." And most of them aren't big fans of hers, but I don't work with anyone who like hates her and is just desperately looking. And so I go out into the real world away from all of the noise and everything. And it's people who are just like, that was awesome that she got up there and that she announced a new album and that she took that moment. And that was so cool. And these are people who aren't even a fan of her. And I'm like, all right. So it's actually everything's fine if
It's
you
just
just
the
like
internet.
go outside.
Her fans are
That's
her
right.
biggest haters. Her fans are her biggest haters, and I will say that till the day I die. Like, you call yourself a fan and you want to talk about all this, like,
I think Swifties love to play the victim complex sometimes. And they
Oh, yeah.
also love to be
Yeah.
like you said, like the savior.
Yeah.
And
And they also,
I think though it's kind of funny because that's a little bit of a reflection of Taylor sometimes. Sometimes my girl likes to play the victim when sometimes
I
she's
see
not.
it.
Yeah, you know,
And
it's kind of
I
weird how that
also,
works.
in such an interesting and like backwards way, it feels, whether it's on a conscious level or subconsciously, the amount that 2016 Taylor Swift is over party, all of that comes up from newer fans who weren't there when it happened, which I don't want what I'm about to say to sound like any looking down on new fans. I love how many people have recently gotten into her. It's so exciting. It's never too late to become a fan of someone.
Yeah.
But there is a degree to which I think that is a time period that you can really only fully understand if you live through.
Yep.
But if Taylor Swift can get canceled a second time, this whole new crop of fans gets to live through that, and they get to say that they stood with her while she was canceled.
Right. So it's kind of like they want that almost.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
like I said, it could be on a subconscious level where they don't even realize it's
Yeah.
happening. But I think that's where a lot of the people who were like, I'm a new fan, and like, honestly, she needs to be humbled. But I'll stand by her forever. I'm like,
right.
what?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense sometimes. And like I think also, we're talking about algorithms and stuff. I think sometimes I catch myself like when I'm on Twitter looking at things and I'm like seeing things that are pissing me off. I'm like, this is what the algorithm wants though. They want to put things that annoy you in front of you so that you feel the need to respond to it.
Yep.
So I'm like, I just need to get off for a second here. We need to go outside.
But when you grow up on social media, like being at its peak, like, and that's
Yeah.
all you know,
Yeah.
it's like that's your reality. Like
Yes.
that is your outside
Mhm.
world. Like that's literally
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
are so
Chronically online.
it's like literally chronically alive.
It's crazy.
Anyway, let's talk about the Eras tour.
Yeah, I was gonna say we went really far.
I know that was a bit much. What was your experience?
Oh my God. It was the best weekend of my life. And then some. Like,
Wait, what shows did you go to?
I went to Nashville night 1 and night 3.
Okay.
Both insane shows.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So first of all, my experience getting tickets, nightmare.
Hell
It
on
was
earth.
awful.
Oh, was it a nightmare? Was it hard to get tickets to the Eras tour? Was that
Yeah.
a
I
thing?
know I'm the first person to
You're the
bring
first
this
person
up,
that's
and
ever
I'm
had a
really
problem.
I'm really brave for talking about this, but it
Yeah.
was a little bit challenging to get them. But
did you get tickets on day of like sale?
Yes.
Because I did not.
Every ticket I have gotten has been at face value.
Me too.
I was waitlisted.
Okay.
So was my mom.
Okay.
Those were the only 2 people I had applied under.
Oh,
Okay.
I regret that,
yeah.
but
You
one
live
of
and
my
you learn.
friends, yeah, exactly. One of my friends from college, she got a code. And she was like, okay, I'll try to get us tickets for Nashville Night 1. And I said, bet. And then I posted on TikTok, and this is where I'm like, I'm so grateful. And I'm in a position that 99% of other people trying to get tickets weren't in. And I am like, there is not enough words I could use to express my gratitude for the fact that I got to go to
Yeah.
the shows. Because when I posted that I had been waitlisted, dozens of people reached out
Yeah.
saying, I have an extra code. Do you want, like, you can use mine, you can use mine. And
Sweet.
I turned everyone down because I was like, that feels icky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. And then there was one person who reached out and she was like, hey, I applied for Nashville. My boyfriend applied for Atlanta. We want to go to Atlanta, but we both got codes. I'm not going to use the Nashville code. Like, I don't need it. We're
Right.
going to the Atlanta show. You take the code.
Take
It's
the
gonna
code,
go to waste. Take the code.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Okay. So she had a code for night 3. And the only reason I had no intention of going to 2 shows. When it became pretty clear that getting tickets was going to be very hard when the site first crashed. My friend was up, she lives in DC. She was trying to get tickets to night 1, and I was logged in trying to get tickets to night 3. The original plan was just whichever one of us can get tickets, it'll be fine. Well, 5 hours later, I think, we're still in line.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden she texts me. She's like, the line is moving. I'm getting in. Do you want me to still get a ticket for you? And I was like, yeah, I do.
Of course.
I do.
Yeah.
Get me a ticket, please. She was not looking to pay the money to be on the floor.
Yeah.
So we were second row, like the VIP section up top. She didn't even realize she was buying VIP tickets.
Oh no. Didn't want to pay money for floor and
got
ended up
VIP.
buying VIP
That's
tickets.
funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
But it was like $230 a ticket, which
That's not that bad.
not the worst because we were basically unobstructed view because we were second row.
Right.
So there was practically no one in front of us, which was great.
I sat in that same section, second row, for one of my shows too. It was a good view.
Yeah. And then I waited, and about I was like, I can either back out or I've already been here for 5 hours. Let me just wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in. If I can get a floor seat, I'll get a floor seat. But if I can't, I'm already going to one show and it's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And I got in. I think I ended. It was like 6.5 hours before I got in, and I shit you not, the VIP seats were the orange dots, and then the
Yeah.
regular seats were the blue dots.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The entire floor, one blue dot,
Oh my god.
and I clicked, and it processed, and it was a $500 ticket, and it was seventh row, but it was at the diamond, so I was technically only 4 rows back
Yeah.
from the diamond,
Wow.
and that like it's
Mhm.
insane still that it worked out the
Yeah.
way it did.
Crazy.
Like that should not have happened,
N-
and I'm so
Yeah.
glad that it did. But then we drove to Nashville, stayed in a sketchy Airbnb. It was great.
Love it.
Um,
Loves it.
the Friday night show, of course, Speak Now was announced. It was
Uh,
insane.
In
Like
insanity.
I, oh my god. But it also was like honestly, and I've said this numerous times that probably my favorite part of going was meeting people in real life.
Yeah.
Aw,
That's so
yeah.
Like it was a surreal experience because I've been recognized before. People have come up and been like, "Oh my god, hi, whatever." And it's really never been more than 2 or 3 people at most.
right.
Mhm.
And even that was rare. Usually it was one person every few months.
Right.
This was so overwhelming, but
Yeah.
not in like the bad way,
Right.
just in like the I can't believe this is
It's like
real
your entire audience in
way.
one building.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Mhm.
like it made, and there were multiple people coming up and saying, like, I made this bracelet specifically hoping that I would run into you. Like, I knew
Oh,
you would be here this weekend. I made this to give to you.
that's so
I
sweet.
think I made 160 bracelets and I brought 80 to night one and 80 to night two. Um,
Wow.
and I got rid of all of them.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Each, like, it was really just the best. It was just the best.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great first Taylor Swift concert experience
Yeah.
too.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like people love you because I know like one of my fears too was like, what if people hate me and they see me?
Hmm.
And
Oh,
like,
I was terrified.
Yeah.
but I'm like, everyone's all talk on the internet. Like, no one's gonna say anything
No
in
one's gonna come up to
person,
you in
right?
person.
They're not gonna
No.
be like, you're a talentless piece of shit. That's what I was afraid
No,
of.
they'll only leave
But
that comment on TikTok. They're not gonna say
right,
it to
no,
your face.
exactly.
But no, that crossed my mind. So like I was freaking out about it because I was like, what if I get there? Especially because I was going to night 3 alone.
Right.
Mm,
I was
mhm.
like, what if I'm there and like I end up sitting next to someone and they're like, ugh,
All your
what?
opinions are
Right,
stupid.
Yeah. I'm like, oh no. But night 2 was fun because we sat outside.
Oh, that's
Oh
cool.
yeah. I wish I would have done that for the Philly Night 3.
Mhm.
It was fun. My favorite memory from night 2 because she played Invisible String for the
Mhm.
last time, night 2 of Nashville.
Yeah.
And I remember the folklore set was starting, and I turned to my friend and I said, "How crazy would it be if she played Invisible String instead of the one right now?" And then the notes started, and she looked at me and she went, "Is this not Invisible String?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" So that was
That's funny.
fun. And then night 3, of course, was the like 3 hour rain delay.
God.
Um, that was honestly, a lot of people have horror stories from that.
Yeah.
I had a good experience.
Oh, that's
Like
good.
the worst part of waiting for me was that I stood for the entire 3 hour rain delay
Mm.
and then
The entire
stood for the
3 hour
whole
show.
3 hour concert and then had to stand for the hour it took to get out of the stadium. So by the time I got home, I had been standing for like 9 straight hours.
And you survived.
That's
Yeah.
tough.
Okay, because that's gonna be me in London and I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like it's hard. Make sure you wear comfortable shoes. Um
Yeah.
and I also like a power sit down in between, excuse me, gross, a power sit down in between each set, like
Yeah.
literally
Totally.
I'm on
the
the floor with
last,
no seats though.
oh god,
I'm
because
so scared.
the last note of Tolerate It would hit
And
and
you
I'm
sat.
sitting
I'm
down,
You're
stuck.
sat.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
literally.
then
Yeah.
Reputation starts and I'm up again, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
um
Yeah, I'm
but
scared.
I mean, I think as long as you wear comfortable shoes, you'll be okay. Cause like it's a lot, but you also like your adrenaline's gonna be pumping.
That's
You're
what I'm
like
thinking. The adrenaline
you
of it.
won't really feel it until
The
you
next
get to the
day.
car
Yeah.
Mm.
going home, and then you're like, oh my god, how was I still standing? But you're gonna be okay.
Yeah. You figure it out. It is what it is.
Yeah. But my two, and then I'll stop babbling about the Eras tour. But my
No,
two
never.
favorite
I love it.
memories from night three, um, or actually three favorite memories because as I was talking about, like when we were all locked down, I met so many cool people in the lockdown because
Mm.
I was there all alone,
Yeah.
and there was a girl probably 8 or 9 years old who was
Oh,
there with her older sister and her mom. They were all glammed out,
I
Mm.
love it.
and she was afraid of the storm,
Mm.
and she was also afraid of the concert getting canceled. They drove all the way from, if I remember correctly, they drove all the way from Alabama
Oh wow.
to see her, and like it was this girl was freaking out.
Yeah.
And I'm on Twitter, and I'm just like, here's an update from a weatherman. He's like reporting specifically for the likelihood of the concert happening. Here's this. And I
Oh.
was talking to her, and I was like, hey, Taylor has only ever canceled one concert. She's
Mm.
been going on tour longer than you've even been alive.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
she's
yeah, yeah.
only ever canceled one show.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like it's gonna
And she
work.
probably needed to hear that so bad too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh
Um
god, I can't imagine.
and so like we traded bracelets. I got to know them. Got like there were a bunch of people all because we're all stuck in one
In
spot.
one spot. Yeah.
And that's where it was like I can understand if you were in an area that it was packed like sardines, that it would be a
Mhm.
nightmare. I
Right.
was in an area where like we had room to breathe, to move around.
Right.
Um, there were definitely like I'm surprised they didn't cut off alcohol because I was
Yeah.
Yeah,
right
that is
by
shocking.
a food and drink station, and it's like people were waiting, and so they were just going and buying drinks. And before the concert was even started, there were a decent number of people. I'm looking, I'm like, you're wasted.
Oh, and probably
Yeah.
so dehydrated too
Yeah,
from all
They're
of
not
that,
cutting it
and
off because it's making them money.
exactly. But it was just that was crazy. But then inside at the seats, like there were people scattered around me who were like, Stan, hi, and like
Oh.
oh,
throwing bracelets and stuff to the point where there was a really, really nice family next to me. It was two like adult sisters with their three daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And the one who was sitting next to me, she looks at me and she goes, who are you? And I looked at her and said, whatever you're expecting, lower the expectations. You're not like sitting next to some so whatever. Like I was like, I talk about Taylor Swift online.
Yeah,
So
that's it.
naturally at a Taylor Swift concert, people are
people are gonna know
recognizing me.
me.
And at the end, she asked me if like her daughter could take a picture with me. I was like, you don't know who
Oh.
I am, but sure.
But
I
yeah,
was like, I don't know if you think this is gonna be worth something. It's
it's
not,
not.
but
That's
that's
funny.
so sweet. And then she's part of like my other favorite memory
That's sweet.
when Aaron Dessner came on stage to
Oh,
play Would Have, Could Have, Should Have.
No, because that's my literal like top five. Like the fact that I have not heard that song live makes me sick to my stomach. If you have a
He
video, send it to me.
he walks he walks up, and then she says, because she introduces, she's like, things you wish you would have, could have, should have done. And I scream, and the woman, because again, I'm there alone. The woman, she gives me a hug, and she goes, "It's gonna be great." And I was like,
I know.
"I know it is."
it's gonna be
Um, and like everyone was just so sweet. It was just a good show. Like honestly, night
amazing.
the Speak Now, of course, the Speak Now announcement was like
Amazing. Yeah.
incredible. But in terms of community, that night three concert, everyone with the delay and everything, that was something like that will never. I don't know if I'll ever experience something like that night again in my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, that is a once in a lifetime
I
thing.
know, like people, like there's some people that this is controversial, but I want to go to a rain show at some point so bad.
I
Ah,
I would
I need to
love.
experience it. Not one like the Nashville one particularly, but like I think it was it Atlanta that it like just rained and there was no delays, it just rained. I forget where it was, but
Massachusetts,
oh, it was
It was
Boston. It
Massachusetts.
the
was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rainiest
yeah,
rain
yeah.
show that ever rain showed.
Yes.
yeah. And
Love.
it's like I if I could do just the show part again with none of the delay, I would. because it was fun. It was
Yeah.
cool. Them dancing when they were like, especially during the red set when they were dancing and kicking the water up on stage,
Yeah.
and like it was really cool. It was also cool. I don't know if pictures ever like got posted online or circulated, but when we were allowed to walk in,
Mm-hmm.
you know how the Eras Tour logo is up on the screens, like there's all the different like the
Mm.
square pictures, whatever.
Yeah.
None of the pictures were up, but the grid was up, and like the image information for each picture was
Really?
up, but the
That's
pictures
funny.
weren't there. They were still on stage, like mop. It was
That's funny. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
I haven't
didn't know
seen that.
yeah,
No.
everything was just like broken. They weren't
yeah,
ready.
everything. It was
Wow. I really
walking
wonder.
in. I was like, are they really doing the show, or are they just letting us go to our seats to feel something before they send us home? It,
Yeah.
but because
Oh,
it did not look
promising.
show ready, and then at a certain point the pre-show music started and the photos came up.
Oh my god. I wonder if the venue genuinely thought they were gonna have to cancel it and Taylor just like seriously pushed back on it. Because I can't any
Yeah.
other artist I'm sure would have been like, We're not doing this."
Yeah.
Oh
Kind of
yeah.
thing. That's good. They were probably so ready to go home. They're
They
like,
were like,
"Oh,
oh,
early night," and then
yeah, they were pissed.
psych.
They
Yeah.
were pissed.
Oh my
I don't blame
gosh.
them, but
What was the other surprise song
It was
that you had?
what would have, could have, should have, and mine.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, and then the Speak Now
Sweet.
night was Sparks Fly and Teardrops on My Guitar.
mm, yeah.
Wow, those are such good.
Are you
good
going
songs.
to any more shows?
I am. I'm going to Miami night 1.
Yay! Love that.
Yeah,
I keep telling myself I'm gonna be there. I don't have tickets, but I'm gonna be
that was
there.
my freaking friend who got the code for Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Got the code for Miami.
Everybody's
again.
got a lucky friend.
I was like, how did you what?
I-
But we
yeah.
are literally second to last row, all the way up top. They were $100 tickets, and I was like, I don't care.
Who cares? Just
I'm
to
gonna
be
be in
there.
the stadium.
Just to be there. Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's you're talking about the lucky friend. My same friend that got me tickets for the kids, she got me London tickets.
That's crazy. Like,
Like,
I don't know how people do it.
and she was like,
That's insane.
I had London tickets in the car, and then I was like kind of being picky about it because I've never seen a show. I've been on the floor for shows, but I've never been like close on the floor. I've always been like towards the back of the floor. So I was being
Yeah.
a little bit picky, and then I like lost them, couldn't get back. She's like, I found some. They're VIP on the diamond, I think. Like, do you want these ones? I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I want. What do you like? And she has a friend that lives in the UK, so like we had to put her address in to get the boxes sent there or whatever because
Yeah.
they won't send them out, but it all worked out. So I'm going to London. I think it's her show's in August. It's the second to last one. So
Oh my gosh. Maybe you'll be there for the Reputation announcement.
maybe,
Right.
maybe. Probably
God.
not the fourth night, I'm thinking, but yeah, maybe that weekend, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
I would pass out though because
Yeah.
I love rap.
Insane.
But ugh.
I'm gonna skip a couple of these here, jump right ahead. I think it's so fun that you are known for ranking everything. And so whether you like it or not, I'm gonna force you to rank some things.
Okay.
Some of
Okay.
these I prepared you for, but some I didn't.
Yeah, the ones you sent me, I have them right here. I'm
Okay,
ready.
great.
The ones you didn't send me, I'm terrified for.
Good.
Well, that's okay because I don't know the ones she didn't send you either.
Because I just
Oh,
copied
God.
and pasted the questions I sent you to her.
So
Anyway.
I will be blind reacting with you. So
Okay, so the people would love to know your ranking of each of the album sets on the Eras tour.
Okay. Should I go top to bottom or bottom to top?
Ooh,
let's do bottom to top.
yeah, I like that. Bottom to
Okay.
top.
So in 9th place, I didn't include surprise songs because
Okay.
to me they're so different every night. It's hard
Totally.
to
Yeah,
fit
yeah.
them in there.
Okay.
So 9th place, I put Speak Now.
Wow.
Beautiful, but for the first 5 months of tour, it was just Enchanted.
Mhm.
Underwhelming.
And I do also kind of have beef that she added Long Live after I
After my
went.
show.
So
Me too.
Same, and I'm not gonna say it again.
Yes, you are. You're seeing it again. Don't even start. You're gonna see it again.
Okay.
So like Speak
Yeah.
Now, I love you dearly, but you are the most underwhelming of the
Fair
sets.
enough. Fair
Yep.
enough.
I agree.
And then in 8th place, I have Red.
Okay.
Mhm.
Red is great,
Expected.
but Red just played it a little too safe. I think it could have used. It's hard because I don't know what song I would cut. I think maybe I Knew
I can
You
tell
Were
you what song I
Trouble.
would cut. I would cut
I know
all
what I
of
would
them.
do. I would make the 3 hits a medley. Let's get a mashup going here. Play
Yeah.
Holy Ground, play Red. I'm satisfied.
See, I wish there was State of Grace.
Yes.
I want State of Grace.
Exchange State of Grace and Holy Ground. I think they could either one could be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my problem is I don't want any of the 3 songs that are there to not be on the set list.
I do.
So
Tough.
Get rid of them.
It's
I don't care. I don't care to hear them.
I don't know. I think I could do without I Knew You Were Trouble.
Yeah.
Because I think of the 3, I Knew You Were Trouble is the most dated. Like
Yeah.
that song is 2012 very much.
Yes.
yeah.
But and then of course All Too Well is perfect and shouldn't be touched or changed or anything. But
Agreed.
I got opinions
Agreed.
on that, but that's for another time.
She thinks the 10-minute version shouldn't be on there. It should just be the regular.
No, I think she should scrap the red set, just do 10-minute version and give more songs to All Too Well. Not All Too Well, To Speak Now. Like the red set should just be All Too Well, 10.
interesting.
Yeah.
I disagree.
And
But
Treacherous, because it's my favorite song of all time.
God, Treacherous. Oh my God.
Best song
Oh.
she's ever put out. Anyway, all right, sorry.
So then in 7th place, 1989.
Ooh.
Once again, I think 1989 plays it a little safe, but I put it higher than Red because like half of 1989 was singles, so it's harder to not play it safe with 1989.
right.
I would have loved to see something like I Know Places or
Yeah.
The Woods. Come on.
Out of the Woods, New Romantics.
Yeah.
New
something in
Romantics
there.
would have gagged. I think it would have been a shock because it is just like well, not just, but it was like a bonus. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
fun.
then in 6th place, I have Fearless. Nothing prepared me for Fearless, like the track actually being played. The first night when she came out and played it, I lost my mind. But I really like that. I think the Fearless set is the only set that none of the dancers are a part of. It's just her and the
Oh, it's
band.
her band.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that though.
I like
And
that too.
That I really like because like Fearless is her roots.
Yeah.
It's
Fearless is
reminiscent.
the beginning, and like her band and her backup singers, they have been there
Yeah.
the whole time. So the fact that that is put together to be just them is and I didn't notice how much choreography Fearless had until watching the movie.
Yeah.
And particularly the You Belong With Me, how she hops from band member to band member to like act out the lyrics and stuff. I
I
was like,
love
"Oh
it.
wait, this is so cute." And I didn't even realize this was happening when I was there watching it in person. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is
We're
so
gonna be
nice.
noticing stuff for years. Be like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And then in 5th place, I have Reputation.
Ooh.
Whoa, kind of
Okay.
low.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
It's honestly 5 and up. There, I have no notes for them. It just like it's great.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know if it has to do with the fact that it had its own tour.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just didn't feel right putting it above any of the other 4.
Yeah. I think the Reputation set is so funny because I noticed this really a lot at the movie. When the Reputation set starts, the energy in the room just changes. Like people love the
Mhm.
Reputation set.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And I will say, my favorite performance in the whole show is Look What You Made Me Do. Like if we were ranking
So good.
individual performances,
Insane. Yeah.
like Look What You Made Me Do is like that is the one for me.
Yeah.
Because look, Guilty Pleasure, I love that song. I will always
Oh,
love that
yeah.
song. No
Yeah,
one can
yeah.
ever take that away from me. I don't care if you think it's lazy. Whatever. When I
a
want to
vibe.
feel that
Then I wanna
song
feel it.
never fails to deliver.
Yeah. She
So yeah,
nails.
if we were going individual performances, it's that one for sure.
It's so simple, but it's so effective the way she portrays like
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her strut. God, her strut when she
Strut.
walks before she says she can't come to the phone right now.
It's so cunty. I love it. I love it.
And then in 4th place, I have Lover.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I
No notes for Lover? Really?
maybe no notes was a bold statement to make.
Okay.
Minimal notes.
Okay.
I do think The only reason I'm okay with the Archer being there is because of how well it transitions for Fearless.
Insane. Yeah, my
Can
favorite
you let her
transition.
in? She's not gonna stop. Sorry, my
Um,
cat is just the most persistent of all things in the world.
but I do like I think the Archer is violently out of place among the other
Mm,
songs,
interesting. Yeah.
except for how well it transitions musically into Fearless.
Yeah.
And I do think it like yeah, sure, it offers a nice break after the constant upbeat of everything.
Yeah.
And I guess Lover as well. But if I'm being honest, I don't think there's any songs from Lover that didn't make the set list that I'm like distraught were left
Oh,
off.
really? Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree with you. I think Death by a Thousand Cuts probably it's a fan favorite. It probably should have been on there.
Mm.
But me personally, I'm like, well, eh,
Yeah. It's like I love the song, but I can fully understand why it didn't make the cut. So I feel
Yeah.
wrong. Like I think the Lover set without it, would it make the Lover set better?
right.
Yes, but I don't think it would make a significant enough difference for me to dock points for it not being there.
I agree with you.
Totally.
All right.
Um so then in I also think Lover being the opener is brilliant.
I think
Yes, I agree.
it wasn't what I was expecting, but I loved it.
Yeah,
Mhm. Totally.
because it my first thought when I was watching the live of opening night was, "Oh my god, this just is
Like, oh,
Loverfest.
duh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah. Yeah.
just starting with Loverfest.
Yeah.
How did
Mhm.
no one see that coming?"
Yeah. No,
Yes.
literally. How did no one see that coming? We are all like, meet me at midnight. Like,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, see, I thought she was gonna go chronological.
Oh, interesting.
I really did.
Chronological would be
I don't
crazy.
know what I thought. I didn't know what to expect, but I know it wasn't Miss Americana, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And then in third
I'm so
place,
sorry.
this was shocking for me to write down, but Evermore is in third
Oh
place.
my
Whoa.
goodness.
It's like, don't get me wrong, my soul left my body. If I think too much about it, I will cry. It's brilliant. Marjorie
Crazy.
alone
I
is
wasn't
enough to like
expecting Marjorie.
move
Yeah.
mountains.
I was
Yeah.
shocked by Marjorie. Honestly, and Tolerated too. The Tolerated performance, I say all the time, is one of my favorite performances of the whole show.
I was so sure Tolerate It was going to be right where you left me. The first night that table came out and she was setting the table, I was like, oh my God, she's going to be left at the table. Because there's no way she
Yeah.
plays Tolerate It.
Right.
And then she played Tolerate It, and it was like, oh my God.
Mhm.
Um, but the only reason I can't put Evermore above the two that I have left is because I do think there's things that could have been added to Evermore to make it even more like full.
Right.
Like
Cowboy Like Me.
Cowboy Like Me,
Period.
yeah. But also, if you're going to play 'Tis the Damn Season, play Dorothea.
Okay, I
And
see.
I haven't seen anyone else say that. But like the whole teenage love triangle gets played.
Yeah.
Right.
Even if it was like a medley of just the two of them as the opener. If
Right.
you're going to play 'Tis the Damn Season, play Dorothea.
Okay,
Yeah.
good point.
I get
Good
what you
point.
mean. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um and then I would have loved to see Right Where You Left Me somehow get worked in there, but
Me
I also
too.
can understand why it again, I can understand why it wasn't.
Yeah.
Um but no, visually Evermore is stunning.
Hmm.
Like
I think
Willow, oh
yeah.
my god.
Willow's my favorite performance. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It
It's cool to see.
and the dance break in the middle of it, I can't even talk about it.
I
I
know.
gotta move on.
I know. I know.
So then number 2, I have Midnights because literal only note for Midnights is that I wish You're on Your Own Kid was in there, but I
Mhm.
can't imagine a spot in the Midnight set where she
And it
could have
fits.
put You're on Your Own Kid.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So I like for me, she hit everything I wanted her to hit.
Yeah.
I agree
For me.
about Midnights. I don't see where You're on Your Own Kid fits in. I think the only way is maybe cutting Midnight Rain and putting You're on Your Own Kid then instead. But
Ooh.
But I
I think
think Midnight Rain is so vital for the costume change from the t-shirt dress to
yep,
the
exactly.
jumpsuit.
totally.
Yep. So it's like
Yeah.
where do you
I
where would that
I
happen?
picture her ending with You're on Your Own Kid and her going, You're on your own, kid. You always have been. And then she just like drops.
It's gone. Yeah.
Like Adele at her
Over.
residency where the flowers fall, she disappears.
Yes, and she's gone.
But the thing is, she's gonna want to leave on an upbeat note.
No, absolutely.
Not
No, I
that.
can't
Yeah.
see her ending with it, but I thought it'd be funny.
Karma as the ending was all I wanted. Like going into it, I said, as long as Karma is the last song that's played, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah.
And
And
when she's like, "Do you have time for one more song?" and I heard Karma, I was like, "Of course I have
Hell
time.
yeah.
I'm ready."
Now I
Yeah.
have time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always have time.
Always have time for Karma, especially when it's featuring Ice Spice,
Ugh.
and that's
Facts.
my cross to bear.
Facts.
And then in first place is Folklore. Literally, there is nothing that could make the Folklore set better. I understand
Yeah.
that there are songs that people love that didn't make the cut. Like, yeah, The Lakes is my favorite song on Folklore.
Yeah.
The Lakes has no business being in the Folklore set list though, and I recognize that.
I
Like,
agree.
Yeah.
it
I
makes
agree with
sense.
you.
The you can feel it in her energy, in the set design, in the
Mhm.
visual design, in the My Tears Ricochet performance, in the Last Great American Dynasty performance. You can feel how much Taylor not just wanted, but needed to perform Folklore for an audience.
Yeah.
It's my favorite set of the show.
And to that level too, with all the theatrics that
I
she put
agree.
into it.
It's a no notes for me.
Adding The Last Great American Dynasty was the absolute best thing she could have done for me.
Oh, for sure.
I think I needed that song live.
I love it live. I was very surprised to hear that it was on the set list. I'm obsessed with it. Again, highlight of the show for me. But I was surprised by that one.
Yeah.
Nothing will compare to opening night and just like absolutely blacking out.
I
Being
literally
I
remember watching the live stream and literally being like, "Oh my gosh, Emily! I know she is just having she is out of her body right now."
like I'm honestly grateful that I couldn't go to opening night because I'm not sure I would have lived to tell
I
the
think I would
tale.
have exploded from
I
the
know.
anticipation and just the whole process.
And then I had to do it again the next day. I was
Oh
like,
my god.
sorry.
the bravest soldier.
I know, it's so crazy. Oh man. Wow. That's
Yeah.
you know what? I respect that ranking.
I
That's a good
respect it
one. I
too.
won't leave any
Thank
hate
you.
comments on that ranking.
You're so kind.
Oh my god. Okay, let's do rapid fire. Let's rank the songs that you wrote for visual media. So for movies,
Yeah.
we've got Eyes Open, Safe and Sound, Beautiful Ghost, Sweeter Than Fiction, your absolute fave. I know that. Crazier, Today Was a Fairy Tale, I Don't Want to Live Forever, Carolina.
Okay. Oh my god, I knew there were 9. I forgot to write them down. So, no, there's not 9. There's 8. I'm falling apart.
I don't know how many there are. You
So,
can skip one if you want.
Yeah.
in last place, Carolina.
Okay.
Then, Sweeter Than Fiction.
Oh no.
Then, I Don't Want to Live Forever. Then,
That's crazy. Whoa. Okay. Sorry. Continue.
then, Eyes Open. Then, Safe and Sound. Then, Crazier.
Okay. Yeah.
Then, Beautiful Ghosts. Then, Today Was a Fairy Tale.
You love Beautiful Ghosts.
I do. In the context of Cats as a musical and as a
Okay.
movie, Beautiful Ghosts shouldn't exist. But as as a standalone song, it's stunning. Like it's gorgeous.
So interesting.
I am shocked.
Okay.
I'm shocked.
That is crazy. I have not seen Cats. I saw the musical like when it was touring one time and I was like, what? I'm also not like a huge theater person. I was like, huh? What? So I had no desire to see the movie. Never did.
No.
I've listened to the song though, and I'm like, I don't think I really like this song either.
My thing is, and this is not at all an opinion that I formed on my own. I can make no claim in this opinion. I watched a YouTube video that broke down the movie version of Cats and everything that went wrong, and like 20 minutes of that video was spent explaining why Beautiful Ghosts as a song completely undermines the entire plot of Cats as
Wow.
a story.
Mm.
And so like I have a really, really hard time with Beautiful Ghosts as a song in Cats.
Right. But as a song solo.
But if I just look at Beautiful Ghosts as a song, oh my god, it's gorgeous. I love it.
Wow.
I think I've listened to it twice,
That's
not
so
gonna lie.
shocking. I've been listening to it a lot because I'm trying to draw it. But okay, I'll have to revisit and like listen through the eyes of Steven and really try and understand.
I don't want to live forever. Being so low is hurtful to me.
And you know what? The song, one, the fact that it's I don't wanna and not I don't want to has just always given me the biggest ick for the title.
That's so funny.
But also, like, it's just really never like it's a good song. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's not a good song,
Right.
but it's just never done it for me. I don't know.
That's so funny. I
Yeah.
literally, I'm not kidding. That's probably my number one stream song of this year.
No
Wow.
way.
I don't know what is in it. Something about it. I love the part where like, after Zayn singing and then she cuts in. I don't know. There's just something about that song I love.
Production wise, it's like one of my favorites.
It's a beautiful, yeah, it's produced so well.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm calling a cab and tell him where your place is. I just, it does something for me. And the night she sang that and the lakes together in
Mhm.
Chicago, I would have killed. I would have murdered to have been there that night. And the
Did she?
podcast I was talking about earlier, they were there that night and they said nobody in the crowd knew that song. Nobody knew it.
I thought she did I Don't Want to Live Forever the night she brought Maren Morris out.
Okay, well
Oh, maybe.
maybe because they went to 2 nights in Chicago, so maybe it was just they
It
were
could have
both
been
played
both
in Chicago.
those.
Maybe it wasn't
Because
the same night.
I so
I think you're
vividly
right. You're
I
right.
sound like such a jerk being like, well, actually,
No,
but
no,
no,
but you're right. It is.
You're
because
right.
I
I've got my
so
list.
vividly remember that night her bringing Maren Morris out, and I was like, she's because in my mind there was no world where Maren Morris or Keith Urban ever appeared on tour. I was like, she's eventually going to play That's When and You All Over Me, but there's no way she gets them to come out and play with her.
Yeah.
So when she said Maren Morris there, I was like, what? And then she sat down and played I Don't Want to Live Forever, and I was like, tonight's not real.
It's not right. Yeah, you're
This
right. 'Cause
night is fake.
The Lakes was night 1 in
Yeah.
Chicago.
It was with I Wish You Would.
Yeah.
The Lakes.
Yeah.
That was
And
the
then-
worst night of my life.
Oh my god. The way she introduced that too. She was like, I was just thinking about Chicago and like all the lakes you have here. Something
Such a
stupid. I was like,
Thank
oh girl.
God.
She's so funny.
Oh. Okay. Your surprise songs. That's your next ranking.
This one was really easy.
Yeah.
Last Place is mine. It's
As
good,
it
but
should be. It should be
it's
less.
never been one of my favorites. Third place is Teardrops on My Guitar. She played it on piano, which really confused me, but
Mm.
it was beautiful. Second place, Sparks Fly. That was on my list of dream songs to hear.
Mm.
Love it.
Like, gorgeous song. And then first place, of course, would have, could have, should have. The only reason it wasn't on my list of dream songs was because I was convinced she would never play it.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
just
didn't
one
even
of those
bother
like
listing it.
yeah.
I had
Wow.
2 songs I wanted to hear. Right Where You Left Me. Woulda, coulda, shoulda have.
Hmm.
Didn't get either. But
I just
Same.
wanted Cowboy Like Me and The Great War.
Oh,
And I missed them both by like a weekend. I was so mad. Whatever. Anyway. Oh gosh, this is crazy. I have so many questions for you, but we have been talking for literally so long.
An hour and 22 minutes.
Oh God.
I know. Okay, I'll just do rapid fire. We'll do one blind ranking. I had 2, but I'll just make you do one.
Okay.
Of them. I'll go a little easy on you here. Okay, so this is gonna be album covers. I'm gonna have you rank album covers.
Easy.
But you don't know what's coming. So this is gonna be one of those like I'm gonna give you 5 and you put it in a spot.
I have to do it blind? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay, so your first one, Reputation.
Hang on, where is it? I have it in my room. I need to look at it. Oh God, this is really entertaining for a podcast. Audio medium, me looking around. There it is. Okay.
Tough, isn't it? It's tough.
I'm gonna put it at third.
Third is crazy. Okay. Your next one, The Tortured Poets Department.
I'll put it fourth.
Okay. All right. Your next one, Fearless Taylor's version.
Dead last, 5th place.
Oh my God. Wow. All right. Your next one, Evermore.
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay,
Yeah.
crazy. And your number 2 spot is Lover.
B.
Wait a second.
Okay. I'm not like super upset with that. The biggest thing, I would just bump Lover down to between Fearless and Torture Poets Department.
Okay. Yeah.
Fearless Taylor's version, that gold filter over the whole thing is my mortal enemy.
Oh my God.
And then Lover, her body, I don't know if you ever noticed, and if you haven't, I don't want to ruin your day, but like at the bottom of the Lover cover, her body is off center.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Like her
I've
head is
noticed.
centered, and then she goes down like
Yep.
off at the bottom. I'm like, why? Who approved this as the
Who
picture?
approved this?
So
Oh my god.
my biggest critique about when Taylor gets her picture taken, I think, and this is like whatever. This is my job, so this is how I think of things. I can always tell her photographers are always a lot shorter than her. So the
Mm.
angle is just off sometimes. And I'm like, get that photographer a freaking step stool, please. It will solve everyone's problems.
Interesting. That's I've never heard that before.
It gets me every time. That was my biggest gripe with all the 1989 stuff. All the 1999 pictures were just a little off to me, and I that's my theory as to why. I think Beth, love her, think she's very talented. I wish I was her. I think she's short.
That
And Taylor
yeah.
is not. So it's just something that just does something to my brain a little.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very
I
interesting.
don't know.
How long is the other ranking? Because I can, if we want to rapid fire that one,
All
because
right.
I'm so curious.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, do it.
This one's more fun. So this one is memes within the fandom, like
Okay.
inside jokes and memes. Okay. So your first one is gonna be stars. Do you like them?
And it's 5 again?
It's 5 again. Yeah.
Okay. Stars, do you like them? I'll put them. I'll start at 3 again. I feel like that's a nice medium place because that is really funny.
It is
Yeah.
funny. Okay. The next one is 5 holes in the fence.
Oh my god, 2.
Wow.
I love 5 holes
So
because
It's
like
hysterical.
in retrospect, so funny.
It's so
so
funny in
funny.
retrospect. I love it.
Bringing it back up constantly, comedic gold. Absolutely obsessed. Okay. Your next one is gonna be yes, whale.
I've been seeing so many tweets that are like, because about how the guy who got this 22 hat in Australia just grabbed a bracelet off his wrist, and it was like, imagine you hand her a bracelet that says yes,
Yes,
whale.
whale.
I'm gonna put yes whale at 4 because it feels I don't wanna give number 1 away yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Your next one is I'm not asleep, my mind is alive.
I'll put that at number 1.
Okay, that's
That's
where it
funny.
belongs. Yeah,
Yeah.
she deserves that spot.
And
So what's last place?
Your last place is no, it's Becky.
Okay, I can live with that.
That's an
No,
acceptable.
No,
last
It's Becky
place.
is very funny, but No, It's Becky has also already had its time in the sun.
Exactly, it had its time. Mhm.
That's quoting the ancient texts. That one.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I love the tweets about like different things. They're like, we're losing the ancient text. I'm like,
Mhm.
sometimes it feels like it.
Literally.
Oh.
Okay, let's see. Should we just do we'll just you know what? All right, let's do the fun questions.
Okay.
And then we'll wrap it up. Okay, let's see. So for funsies, if you could write a book about Taylor's career so far, what would you title it?
So the answer I came up with feels so lame, but I couldn't think of anything that would be better
Okay.
than just naming it Taylor's version.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
hoping you would say that.
I think that is
that's
the
exactly
only.
what I would do.
That's the only answer.
Yes, yeah. No,
Like,
you're
at
so
this
right.
point, how else? Like, there is no.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
The brand is so strong. Like it has
Yeah.
to be.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. What is lyric that Taylor wrote?
Well, okay, a lyric. So any lyric that Taylor wrote, like what lyric do you think sums up her career
Okay.
the best? Like out of the lyrics she's written.
Okay.
I picked one from You're on Your Own, Kid, which I
Oh.
feel like is a really easy song to look to for her whole career.
Yeah.
And I went with Everything You Lose Is a Step You Take.
Damn, that's such a good one.
That's a great one.
Because
How?
I think about losing Loverfest leading to Folklore.
Yeah.
I think about losing her masters leading to the re-recordings in the Eras tour. Like I think
Yes.
about everything she's lost and everything she's gained because of it.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
I'm like, damn,
Beautiful.
everything you lose really is a step you take.
Yeah, we were
Beautiful.
talking about this before you came on. We were like, in our last episode, it was something like there's no way she has like any regrets on things she's done because everything has like worked out
And led
for
to
her
where-
benefit. Like
Yeah.
she's turned everything around so beautifully. It's just amazing. That's such a good one.
And what lyric do you think sums up your life?
again, from You're on Your Own, Kid. Oh my god, this lyric, it makes my eyes well up almost every time I listen to the song. Just to learn that my dreams aren't rare.
Stop, because same.
That's
'Cause,
so
like,
real. That's
There's something so real. I don't know if either of you listen to Chapel Roan, but
Sometimes.
she's a song where she says, like, I was never told that I wasn't gonna get the things I want the most. And that is just that feeling
God.
of like being a
Ouch.
kid and growing up and the world, like you're told it's limitless and that you can dream whatever you want. And then that feeling of growing up and realizing that a million other people dreamed the same dream.
Yeah.
And there's only like room for 8 of you. So good luck.
Yeah.
It's
You're on your own, kid.
Yeah. It's
But-
crazy.
Harsh reality.
Yeah.
God.
Wow. If you could give Taylor one friendship bracelet, what would it say?
It would just say cowboy like me because she needs to be reminded that that song actually no, it wouldn't just say cowboy like me, it would say cowboy like me, and like on the bracelet I would tie a QR code that she could scan that would
To
lead
listen to
her
it?
it would lead her to the one act play I wrote based on Cowboy Like Me so she can read it and understand how good that song is, because I know she wrote it, but I feel like sometimes she forgets how good that song is, and I have no evidence to support that other than the fact that she doesn't play it often enough.
Oh my
So-
god, that's hilarious. That's a good. Yep.
So, right. I've been like creating styled photo shoots based on Taylor Swift songs. I stole the idea from Emily 100%. And Cowboy Like Me is the next one I'm doing.
No way.
In Nashville.
That's gonna be so good.
I'm so excited.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I think you heard it here first. I don't think I've said that yet. So
Ooh, insider info.
Have to announce it with you.
Whenever this episode's released, we don't know.
Yeah, literally.
Oh man. Oh gosh, this was so fun.
It was
re-
so fun.
Oh
Thank
my
you guys for
God.
having me.
Of
Like
course.
it does not feel like we just talked for an hour and a half.
No,
it
it
feels like it's been
definitely
like
does
10
not.
minutes.
When are you coming back? That's the real question.
Oh, boy.
To rank the Tortured Poets department?
Honestly, give me the day and we can absolutely, I would love to talk about Torch Post Department after it comes out.
I've got a billion questions for Steven. I'm sure I'll have more.
Yes, I can't wait to do some lyrical analysis. I'm so
Oh my God.
excited.
Oh gosh. Are there any thoughts you want to leave the people with? Any final words of inspiration? Or you just want to say bye? That's fine too.
Words of inspiration. Follow your dreams, even if they're not unique.
Yeah, that's right.
And also follow your dreams and follow me on TikTok.
Ooh!
Steven21.
Steven's the
Um,
only one. That's
That's
right.
I'll post eventually. It's great. You can't see it, but I just did a thumbs up. I bet you felt it in your soul.
No,
Oh,
they
wow.
can see it because this is going to be on YouTube also.
No way. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you like my messy room in the background. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, thank you so much, Steven. This was so much fun.
It was
Thank you
so
guys
much
for having
fun.
me.
Of course.
Yes.
And like seriously, if you ever, I would love to come back. This was great.
We'd love to have you.
Great. Good to know.
All right, guys, we will talk to
Bye,
you next week.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.